Okay, here we have a 2008 Honda CRV, and the problem we're having with it is that when you unlock the vehicle, it locks pretty much within like 1 second. It relocks by itself. So when you press the unlock button, it opens. As soon as you let go, it just closes all of a sudden. Same thing when you use the key, because you're getting into the vehicle and you hit the unlock, and the lock opens, and then it closes automatically by itself. I've run into this problem before, and I'm going to show you how to resolve the problem. This one here is the right rear door, but I've run into this problem already on the driver's side door. And the problem with the driver's side door is when the driver's door relocks, it locks all the doors in the entire vehicle, making it very difficult to get out of the car. So let me show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to basically take this door panel off here and get started on this. So let me get some tools and we'll come right back. Okay, now that we got the door panel, the door open, we're going to start to remove a couple of things. We're going to actually take this out right here. I'll show you. We're going to take out this clip right in here. You just push down on this just a little bit and you pull it down, and that's what I'm going to do with two hands, but we're going to take that clip right there, pull it down and take that off. Down underneath here, we're going to remove this cover right here, again with a screwdriver, and the same thing right up underneath here. We're going to remove that and take that out. So let me just put the camera down and I'll get started, and you can watch what I'm doing. So I'm going to push down that clip. I'm going to pull it out. So we get in the back end. We take this piece out. And behind it we have two screws in there. We're going to take them out with a 410 screwdriver. Obviously you're going to keep the screws because you're going to need it to put it back together. These other two pieces here that we talked about. I find the easiest thing to get in there with is either a small little screwdriver or a scribe with a little hook on it. And we'll take that out. Again, you'll find screws in there, 410 screws. Unscrew them. Got those screws out there, we need to slide the door panel off the car. Almost forgot to tell you, up in here you're going to have another screw down inside here too, so just grab your scribe and take that. I'll show you real quick. Down inside here, when you take that little cover off, there's another screw in there, so we'll take that out also, and then we'll take the door panel off. Now remember where the screws come out, because they're not all different, but the screw that goes down through here is different than the two screws that go in there. And you get into the screwdriver underneath the bottom of the door, and you pry the panel out, and it pulls right out like this, and then you lift the door up, and we're going to need to take this one off too. You just get in here with a screwdriver, and you pry behind it, and it's got these little clips in here. Screwdriver behind it, you pry it out, it comes right out. And then we can take the door panel off the car. I'm going to remove these and then I'll show you exactly what I'm doing in here. I know you couldn't see me, but I'm going to show you what I did real quick. Right through here, there's a little clip on the back of the door right here. See these little clips right here? And you just get back there with a screwdriver and you just pry it and it pops right out. All right? This panel here, we're going to open it up so we can get to the actuator. We're going to unplug the actuator right here. We're going to unplug it. And the way you do that, there's a little tab here. You push that tab in and the plug comes right out. Just open this up here so you can get in there. I'm just going to warn you. This glue, when you get it on you, it's a pain in the rear end to get off, so be careful. Alright. I got a replacement here. I get them right from the dealer because I don't like dealing with aftermarket when it comes to this kind of stuff. It's not that expensive. It's fairly cheap. Alright, and this is where it's located. You can see right here. We're just going to take out this screw right here. And we're going to take this rod off right here. And we're going to remove the 3 screws on the side of the door right here. So we'll grab a screwdriver and we'll get started. I found that sometimes taking these screws out over here is a little bit difficult. What I use is an impact driver. You actually put it on here. You just take it and you take that hammer and hit it, and that unscrews the screw. Same thing on this side right here. Get pretty tight, so you just take it, get it, and it comes right out. Okay. You take these, after you break and loose that impact driver, you take these out. I've run into this problem before where you try to take these screws out and they're so tight in there you can't get them out. Sometimes you'll have no choice but to drill out the screw here because you can't really do much of anything once they strip out. So if that's the case, then you just get a drill and you drill it right through the center here and you drill out the screws in the door itself. Because you know, it will happen sometimes where you won't be able to get them out, but in this case we got them out. Okay, so take the screws out of the way here. Take out your last screw right here in the door. Okay, take out your other screw here. So we can see what we're doing. And now you have that disconnected there. What we're going to do is go inside the door and we're going to disconnect right up in here. You see that blue rod, that blue clip on there? You just pry that little clip over. I don't know if you can see that up on top right here. You pry it over and you just pull this rod out. Let me put the camera down. tight fit up there, but once you have the clip off, you just got to pry the rod out. That's it. See? That's the rod right there. We just pried it right off of here, and now we'll take the lock out. So let me put you back over here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take out this screw here so I can move that channel so I can get it out a little bit easier. It's a little bit tight. Just take that screw out. And now the channel moves. And we'll be able to just pull it around the window channel itself. What happened is this little piece here got hooked up in the top there, so we needed to get this out from behind the channel. So by taking that channel and moving it a little bit, the channel is here, you can just come around it like that and then out. Alright, now we're going to switch over these cables on here, so let me do that and I'll show you how that goes. Okay, now that we got the locks over here on the workbench, we have to switch these cables over here into the new lock, which is over here. So we're going to take out these screws around here, and we're going to take this cover right off, and we'll switch it over. So let me get started, and I'll show you how it's done. Fairly easy. Just take out all the screws that you see on here. You're going to need to use these screws over again, so don't lose them. Just take that and relocate it off to the side for now. And then what we're going to do is right inside here, we're going to take off this clip right here, and then we're going to pull this out. So you just pry that clip like that down. Pry that clip down like that. Take this out. And this piece here, you're just going to pry it up ever so slightly, and it pops right out. Obviously, you have to put it in the same hole. This one here, you do the same thing. You just go underneath it here with a screwdriver, and you just pry it up until it pops out. And this one, you just take it to pull it out like this. Just get this out of the way. And we're going to put this back in this way here. And then we'll put that back where it belongs here. And you'll hear it snap in. This one here, we're just going to put it up here. Put it in where it belongs. Push it in and you snap that clip over. And you lock it back in place. And then we're going to put this back there. And then we're going to put our cover back on. I'll show you. Remember, we took it out like this, so we're just going to put it back in the same way that we took it out. And then we're going to put the two screws in that we took out. They're only screwing into plastic, so you don't have to make it too tight. all set. Ready to go back in. Let's take it back over, and we're going to put it in the car. I'm just going to take this off with a razor blade, and we're going to try to reinstall it over there. I don't think we're going to be able to be successful, because most of the time they fall apart, but we'll see. This back on here, and that's it. We're ready to put it back together. So let's get back over to the car, and I'll show you how to put it back together. Remember how we took it off? We got to have this piece facing to the top now, because we have to put this clip back into the top right here. So we're going to get this back inside there, and we have to put our screws back in and put it back together. So remember, we got to go around that window channel. So we're just going to do that very gently, get around the channel. Tighten it up a little bit. Nothing gets tight yet, but we're just going to screw it in. And then we're going to tighten them in a minute. Just the screw in here. Don't tighten anything up yet. We're just going to catch everything in place. Remember this rod here that we took out? We're going to put it back in there and then lock that clip back down. The clip is going just like this here, right? I'll show you what we're doing now. Show you what it looks like in there. Tight squeeze. But you see that blue clip down in there? Right? Right by the tip of the light right there. You slide this rod here back through there, and you clip it in place. I see you can see it this way better. Yeah, you can see it pretty good like that. Alright, you just clip that rod back in place, and now once you have that tight in there and clipped in, now you can tighten up everything on the lock itself, all of the bolts. Then we're going to put that screw back in the bottom here. So let me do that. snug. Doesn't have to be real tight. Now we're going to put this cover back onto here. It slides over like this, and you just push it in, and it snaps right back in where it's supposed to. That's the child bones. Alright, now we're going to tighten up the screws that we previously left hand tight. We'll screw that in there. We tighten everything up real tight now. Same thing here. Alright. Just making sure everything is real tight again. Got to plug back in the electrical connector, and that's it. We should be all set. And unlocks just the way it's supposed to. So, yeah. Everything is perfect. So now we're going to put the inside back together and button it up. So let's put this back up where we got it from. Remember, this stuff is really pretty sticky, so it's nasty if you get it on you. So be careful. And this you definitely, you don't want to leave this off, you have to put it back on because it's a sound insulator. Let me get that door panel and we'll connect that back on now. Okay, now we're going to reattach our panel. Remember, we're going to plug this plug back into the bottom over here where it came out from the power window. Now we're going to snap back into these clips right here, this latch assembly right here. Okay, and here is snap in. And this piece here. Just line them all up in here. And you'll hear it snap right back in again. It's tight. And then you hang the top of the door on first. Push it down here. And you push the bottom in place where it belongs. Tap it. And it locks in. And we're going to put the two screws that we took in right here, tight. We're going to reinstall that clip that we took out. It covers up the screws. It snaps right in. Now we're going to put this screw in and that screw in. Here. It snaps back in. So a little screw in over here. I'll warn you, be careful with this one here because if you drop it, you're taking the door back apart. Put your clip back in here, lock it in place. We're going to put the screw in through the top that we took out right down in here. we're going to put the cover back in that we took out. Now last, we're going to reconnect this and we line up with these holes here. We just push it in there, line it up, and just snap it in. That's it. We're all set. Now, if everything is right, you should be able to close it and lock it, and then unlock it, and that's it. Just the way it's supposed to be. Okay? All right, good luck. I know it's a little overwhelming to see it done, but if you just take your time, you'll be okay. Now, one word of advice I want to give you. These screws in here are really a pain in the rear end to get off. To be truthful with you, what happened is 2 of them I was able to get out. The last one I couldn't get out. What I wound up doing, and I'll show you, is drilling out the stud itself. Drill it out, took it off, and I replaced it with a new bolt. It happens sometimes. You really can't bang on this real hard with that driver because you bend the frame of the door. So if it happens, just drill it out through the center of it, take it off, and replace the bolts with the new one. All right, good luck. Any questions or I can help you with anything, just drop me a line. All right, thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.